is celebrating Black History Month. Typically, Martin Luther King Jr. and John Lewis come to mind first when people think about Atlanta's history. But there are so many other historic places in the city, some of which you pass daily. Fox 5's Eric Perry takes you on a tour.
When you think of Atlanta
is the hottest thing since fried chicken.
What comes to mind? Is it the food or culture? For some, it's the rich African-American history. Martin Luther King Jr., arguably one of the greatest figures to come out of Georgia's capital city. But there's so many other figures and locations that helped to shape the city into what it is today.
Other places are being forgotten.
Well, it used to be, it comes to my mind, the Black Mecca. I'm afraid I can't always say that now.
Dan Moore Sr. is the founder and president of the Apex Museum located on the historic Auburn Avenue. It's dedicated to preserving and telling Atlanta's rich and deep unknown history. Like Yates and Milton Drug Store, one of the only places in the area to service blacks during the Jim Crow era.
It was a meeting place, exactly. And they would come sit down and eat, have lunch.
Originally bought in 1924, it sat at the corner of Auburn Avenue and what's now Jesse Hill Drive. This is what it looks like today, but this replica takes you back in time from the marble, the tile on the floor, and products on the shelves.
And then Dr. King would come in, and these ministers would say to him, "You need to stop what you're doing, man. Please get us all killed."
This old sign bearing the name the Royal Peacock Club. It's all that's left of the club, opened in 1949, a hub for the top black entertainers of the time.
Because blacks could not perform in many nightclubs around the country. And if they did perform, they could perform only and had to leave after they performed. So here the Royal Peacock had people who could come in and perform who were black entertainers.
You might have passed by this sound where Hagerbrooks Funeral Home once stood. Started in 1929 by Geneva Hagerbrooks, one of the only funeral homes by blacks for blacks. These are the current sites of Atlanta Life Insurance Company, founded by Alonzo Herndon, and Citizens Trust Bank, now just a memory, but crucial and revolutionary at the time.
And so he founded the Atlanta Life Insurance Company, which became the second largest black-owned life insurance company in the nation, second only to North Carolina Mutual. Citizens Trust Bank was one of the first black banks to start here in Atlanta.
This is why I am bent on taking people on a tour so that we can see this history before it disappears.
Dwight McQueen is the CEO of the Atlanta Black History Tour. It's an experience that shows hidden historical gems throughout the city.
I take people to places like the Herndon home, the first black millionaire of Atlanta. I show people the location of his barbershop.
And many have enjoyed the food at Paschal's. But did you know its relationship to the civil rights?
But the history here, presidents come to Paschal's, great civil rights leaders come here. Dr. Martin Luther King actually held meetings at the original Paschal's on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
As historical markers tell the story of once was, these men vowed to keep the memory going while creating new history.
So I say to all the young kids when they come in, if you want to see the next black inventor, look in here, look in this mailbox. In the mailbox is a mirror. When they look in the mailbox, they see a picture of themselves, and they can be the next black inventor.
Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.